Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Today's topic is caring for the elderly, demonic narcissist. Caring for an elderly, demonic narcissist. And you know the narcissist is demonic. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, all the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now let's dive into this message. The elderly narcissist. I do have a letter. Let's read this letter and see what she says. And she says, I am currently taking care of the demon in my home, and I am constantly feeling overwhelmed and burnt out because of my workload. Between working a full-time job, being a single mom of 2 kids with disabilities, and catering to my parental narcissists who are so needy, they are constantly talking to anyone who will listen. They have very poor hygiene issues that range from not washing their hands after number 1 or 2 and an odor that seeps out of their pores. Now we're talking about the narcissist, right? Realize now this person is possessed with an evil spirit. And if they are trying to make conversation with everybody that comes around, is because they need that supply. The narcissist has to have supply to survive. And when they get ill and old, they can't get around the way they used to out in the street, you know, driving around or whatever. And they grasp at attention from anywhere they can get it. That's the only way that they're going to survive, is by getting that supply. You say, they literally want to feast on my energy. The more I give them, the more they want. I am an empath, and it is very important for me that my personal home has peace, solitude, spirituality, and quiet in order to allow me to heal, rejuvenate, decompress, and heal. This is true. Now, I was in the same situation because I cared for my father, who was a narcissist in his later years. And they do need that supply. You see, when my father was with me, I didn't know anything about a narcissist, just like you didn't know anything about what a narcissist was and what they do or any of that. But realize the narcissist is not there to support you. The narcissist is there to destroy you, to get all of your energy out of you, and what? And just leave you for dead in the process if they can. They're not there for your better good. While my dad was with me, what I did is that I found a quiet place in my home where I could go and meditate and be alone. A place that doesn't have a lot of traffic, people going in and out all the time. You needed to make your sacred space. So I found my space and I began to meditate. And this was after I broke up with the narcissist, but I still had my father here. When he first came, I mean, he was chatty, you know, talking loud and all of that. But then as it got further and further down the track, see, he wasn't getting the attention that he's used to getting. You see, my father was a bishop and had a very large following. So he was used to getting that admiration from a lot of people. But when he got ill, you see, the people weren't around. He couldn't get to the people. You see, they just weren't there like they were before. So he wasn't able to get that supply, and that just made him go down, down, down. And this will happen with your parent too. If you're not sitting there entertaining them, holding their hand, watching TV with them and trying to make them comfortable and all that, they'll eventually perish because you're just keeping that energy alive by being there. And you say here that you want your peace, solitude, spirituality in your home. This is what you do. Get you some sage and sage your home at least once a week. And this will keep that negative energy down and away. Okay? It will neutralize the narcissist while the narcissist is there in your home. And plus, it will give you more positive energy. And in your sacred space, you know, smudge in there too. But don't allow people to come in and out because they will bring those energies from the outside world into your sacred space. And you don't want that. If you can find a sacred space in your home, I think it's the best thing you can do. Okay? I don't really want to dedicate my life caring for an elderly narcissist in my family. I would rather preserve my time, strength, and energy on raising my kids, spending time in nature, and reapplying for a doctorate program. Then that's what you do. Do not allow this narcissist to hold you back. Remember, the narcissist is not there to support you and encourage you. They're really there to bring you down, to block all of your opportunities and your blessings. Don't allow it. When I had my father here, what I did is found the assistant living people. I think under his Medicare or whatever, they'll pay for somebody to come out and care for your loved one, you know, whether all day or half a day or whatever, which would give you a break to go and do whatever work you have to do. You don't sit there and all of that. Now for me, I had the lady to come in 3 days a week for half a day. So she was there early in the morning for breakfast, cleaned him up and everything. And then she was there for lunch. And then she would leave and I would have him in the afternoon. And for 2 days out of that week, I would have him the full day. So I could still have my life and it didn't interfere with him. I just made sure that he was fed, clean, comfortable. I didn't entertain him at all. I wasn't trying to be his friend. I wasn't trying to mend fences. Remember, this is the narcissist. In all my life, he never treated me like anything. I was the scapegoat in the family. So, you know, I got the hard end of the stick. And I know that in his mind, it was the furthest thing from his mind that he would end up with me. End up with me. Now, I'll tell you the truth, that probably was part of his karma. But it was a good thing because, see, everything that happens in your life happens for a reason. And it was good that my father ended up with me because I actually forgave my father for everything that happened in my life growing up and the ill will that I had against my father for years and years and years that affected all of my relationships. All of them. My relationship with my dad. I finally forgave it while my father laid in my home dying. Because the demon was leaving his body. Couldn't get that fuel. Couldn't get that supply. You see, there was nobody around here loving on him and all of that. He was just there. You see? And once you understand what you're really dealing with, you can handle it a whole lot better in your life. You understand? You're not mistreating these people. But you are not helping the demon to survive either. You know, you just make sure the body is comfortable. And that's it. That's it. But don't spend that much time around them because remember, they are destructive, they are negative, and they're going to spout to you that negative energy, trying to bring you back down into it all the time. They haven't changed, but they would do that until the end. They you know, until the demon leaves. And when the demon leaves, their life will end. Okay? All right. Let's end this letter. You say, I am feeling overwhelmed, and I don't really want to live my life caring for an elderly narcissist in my family. I would rather preserve my time, strength, and energy on raising my own kids, spending time in nature, and reapplying for a doctorate program. If I'm completely honest, part of me wants to pack up my kids and relocate. Well, I know how you feel. You know, if you're in the position to do that, by all means, you know, let them fend for themselves. But if you're not in the position to do that, then find your quiet place in your home where you can always go to your quiet place and speak to the divine and strengthen your spirit and raise your vibration. Keep your vibration high, you see? And nothing outside of that is going to bring you down. That will keep you strong and rooted. Okay? So, yeah, enjoy your life. Don't let them stop you. Because really, when you think about it, that's why they're there. To stop you. And don't let it happen. Now, we have another letter here. Let's see what she says. At 45, I didn't know what a narcissist was, or the character traits of one. I heard the words, but never knew that I had been in a relationship with one for 14 years. All of what you described happened to me. I was the main supply and had no idea I was that woman. The gutter rat, as you have described, was there in the beginning. He lied throughout the 14 years, saying that he did not know where she was and had not heard from her. That was a lie. Yeah, they're not going to let go of the gutter rat because the gutter rat is just like them. You see? So it's like birds of a feather. You know, they have a lot of underhanded goings on. Underhanded goings on with the gutter rat. Okay? Some of it illegal. Some of it you wouldn't want to know about. As we have broken up, he is still in the position you described. You were very much on point. She was always there and is going nowhere. As you say, she has known every relationship he's ever been in. I know this for a fact. As a woman of faith, because of what I was going through in my marriage, I am now divorced. I do not know and had not discerned that I was in a relationship as you named him a demon. It's a demon. It's a demon. And the thing about this demon acts the same way with everybody that it possesses. It's an energy, remember? Okay? It possesses a woman, the woman is going to do the same things a male would do. It doesn't change its pattern. You know, the love bombing, and then the devaluing, and then eventually the discharge. They all do it. The same thing. It is difficult for me to ever come to the realization that he never loved me and was using me. We had great times together and had so many great memories. It truly was the best time of my life, and I fell in love with him. And after 2 years, I still suffer with a broken heart. Words cannot explain, but I'm sure you know what I did for him on all levels. Yeah, because I did the same thing. You did everything you could think of to make him happy. You know, whenever I would go to the store and I knew that he liked, you know, a certain cookie or a certain, I would make sure I always had the cookie at the house, or make sure I had this certain drink at the house. Things like that. He never did it for me, but I bent over backwards because, number one, I'm an empath, and that is a flaw of an empath. An empath gives way too much. An empath needs to learn to stop giving too much. People just take advantage of an empath. When you just freely give, they can't believe, they think you're stupid. When you just freely give, you know, whatever you have and share with them, freely give your heart. Yeah, they say, oh, this right, this is somebody who just doesn't know what's going on. A naive, gullible person. And so they just take advantage of you like that, not realizing that you are a wonderful person, a loving person. But people have learned to be so competitive in this society and not to trust anyone until we have to guard ourselves. Women, love yourself. And then you won't allow anybody to come along and tell you just anything. You won't allow it. Now you say that you're brokenhearted and all of that, and I want to explain that to you too. You see, you formed a soul tie with that narcissist. Being married to him. Forming that soul tie, that soul bond. Not even just for the marriage, but the sex. The spiritual part of it. You're one with the narcissist. You got to break that. And the only way you can break it is through your spiritual practice. Through your healing of it. And you'll know you heal when you stop crying. It took me 2.5 years to get back to my true self. From the experience with my dad and with that last narcissist. To find out who I really was and to go back all the way back to when I was a child to who I really was. 2.5 years to find myself. So it's not an overnight thing. You stay on the spiritual path as your life blossoms. Blossoms. You see, on this path to spirituality is abundance and happiness and joy. You see? You're not just going to be on the path and be bored to death. Oh, you know, feeling lonely and feeling sad. No. Number one thing, once you've healed, you will not feel lonely again. Even if you are alone, you won't feel lonely. You'll feel empowered, happy, confident. You know how to make yourself happy. And you won't look outside of yourself for gratification anymore. Okay? All right, let's go on and see. Even though he left like a ghost to friends, he has called me everything except a child of God that I am. He talks horribly about me to anyone who will listen. He sees me and says nothing. He bagged up my things that I left at his house 2 years ago, which I never wanted, and brought them to my relative's house. He calls them 20 times to see if I was angry, mad, or upset. I wasn't. All right, you know why he's doing that? Because he hasn't actually let you go. You see, you're a main supply. Okay? Wherever he went to for another supply, thinking that the grass is greener over there, whatever. When he finds out it's not, he may try to double back to you. So that's why he's checking on you. To see if you angry, mad, whatever. You understand? And all of these emotions is gratification for him. It's validation that he's supreme. He the big power over you. Because he can trigger all of these emotions in you. You see? You don't want the narcissist to have any kind of power over you. And through healing, this will break that bond. Whatever he does, says, whatever, it won't affect you. But just remember, never take him back, no matter what. And I say it like that because they can be pretty convincing, and these are demons. They can be pretty convincing, and they know exactly what it's going to take for you to say yes. You see? But you need to be strong. And if you love yourself and truly love yourself, you'll say no. No, you'll see right through it. Okay? Now let's see if I covered you here. You say now you're 61 and you know better, but the tears continue. You say you're better than you have been, but it still hurts. Like I told you, it took me 2.5 years. And for the first year, I mean, you know, I did a lot of crying doing my healing. A lot of it. Because all of that pain had to come out. See, don't be afraid to let that pain out. That's the healing part. Okay? But you need to go through that process so that you will come out on the other end healthy and strong and loving yourself. That's what it's all about. Okay? Now we do have another letter. So let's see if we can squeeze this one in. You say, I have been practicing meditation, and as I sit, I find myself being very emotional. I haven't mastered my mind yet, so that I stop thinking about everything I have to do. But when I close my eyes, I have flashbacks of the past and begin to cry. I also feel excited about my future because I feel like I'm dying my old self and forgiving myself. Is this normal for beginners? It absolutely is. And congratulations. Congratulations. You're on the right path. Same thing happened to me. Like I said, the way that you feel is all of that pain that you've been carrying around all this time. You are purging it out of you. And when you're in your meditations and your mind drifts to other things, visualize yourself doing or having what you desire in your life. Okay, now let me explain that. Suppose you desire to have a brand new car. You know what kind of car it is. You don't have the money for it or anything like that. But you can see, and you can see yourself sitting in that car and driving that car down the highway, and that's your car. That's what you do when you're doing your meditations. Visualize yourself where you want to be. And if you stay on your spiritual path, the universe will open up those doors and opportunities to help you get there. They're just open out of nowhere to help you reach that goal. Because how you think and feel creates your reality. Okay? So you want to be happy and positive and thinking abundance and never thinking lack. Never think about what you don't have and what you don't want. Because the universe doesn't hear don't want. It doesn't hear those words. It only hears, for instance, let me try to make this plain to you. For instance, you say, I don't want a cold. You know, I don't want to get a cold this winter. So I'm going to go and take some whatever. All right. The universe hears you want a cold. It doesn't hear the don't. It doesn't hear that you don't want a cold. It hears you want a cold. So 9 times out of 10, you may get a cold. You understand? That's why you need to speak positive. And that takes some practice. I mean, it takes a lot of practice. But try to catch yourself whenever you're thinking negative or speaking negative, change to something positive. And you will see your life change right in front of your eyes. I hope that my message today helps someone. And I really hope that you understand it. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And those who are looking for the affirmations and the movement, also the link is in the description. I really appreciate all of you. I thank you so much for sticking with me through this time. through my surgical procedures. I'm looking to take my mask off real soon. I'm really anxious. As you can see, I still have a little problem speaking, but the swelling is going down. And hopefully by the weekend and really by Monday, Tuesday, they should be coming off. Just keep me in mind. I thank you so much for your comments and for your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.